Hello and welcome to the League All About It show, round number 9. We've only 2 rounds left. Massive round tonight. Did the sunshine affect a lot of the scores? I think it may have. A couple of draws out there, a couple of wacky first half games, and I kind of slowed down in the second half under that. Not even the sunshine, just the heat that's out there this evening across County Loud. But yeah, I'm going to go into each and every result as usual. And then I'm going to talk about the permutations on the table towards the end, along with my performance of the week. Some really outstanding performances tonight. And I'm still waiting on a couple of stuff as well. So fire them into me if you have them on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook as well. I get all the notifications as well. So do fire them in. But yeah, right. I have the full round of results here in front of me, and I'm going to read them all out. So we have 2 from last night, Division 1. RD beat Sean O'Mahony's 115 to 110. I'll tell you who got the goal score there for the Marys and the O'Mahony's. Radleys were defeated by the Dreadnoughts 213 to 17. I'll tell you who got the goals as well. The Moctus beat Maddock Rangers 112 to 9. The Pats beat the Geraldines 114 to 7. That's a big game there. Really good scores in that one. It's a big second half for one of those sides. Jocks 313, Newtown Blues 16 points. I'll tell you all the 3 goal scores for the Nave Martin side in a while. I don't think Sam Mulroy was one of them. I don't think he played tonight. That's a flavour of the whole league tonight. They got championship. Loud inter-county championship players. Did they play for the clubs tonight? Some did, some didn't. And the Brides and the Feckins drew 12 apiece. Might be a few playing for the Feckins, but a big draw there for the Brides. I'll tell you why in 1 second. It's just getting scores coming in. Keep firing them in. I'll get them all, more or less all the info now. Kilkerley won it. That was a Wednesday night. They were beaten by Cooley Kickham's. Cooley won that game before you come at me. The Clans won 12. The Hunterstown Rovers 10 points. They win at home. The Joes big win away 321. Same score as the Dubs got against the final. I talked about that during the week on the Patreon podcast about the record Kerry loss and just different things, and pick through the ashes then as well. Go back and listen to it or sign up, patreon.com/Loud and Proud to get it. I'm waiting on the Lanlier scores. Don't have their score. I have all 3 goal scores. 2 fellas that always get goals seem to be for the Joes. Still doing it from minor. Still banging in goals tonight. Glen Emmett's 313. The O'Connell's 113. So 6-point win. That's the first win for Glen Emmett in a long time. I'll tell you how long very shortly. Roach 211. The Gale 7 points. That's say no more. I'll talk about 1 more minute. The Kevins 114. The Dundalk and Irelanders 12 points. So wins there for Cooley, Clans, Joes, Glen Emmett, Roach, and the Kevins. Then Division 3A. Stabanan beat the Piercy 315 to 19. Oliver Plunkett beat Glyde 3-8 to 11 points. Tones 4-7, Finbars 1-5. The Shawns and the Knicks in 3B. That is on now on Tuesday night. But Mitchells, they beat the Dowlers 17 points to 4. Then the Westerns 3-10. Annaminna Rovers 1-16. I'm waiting on the Annaminna Rovers goal scorers and point. The man I usually have there at that game wasn't there tonight, and it was a really interesting game. I'll tell you why very shortly. The Malachies 14 points to Cullen Gales 1-9. So big win for the Mals. I'll tell you exactly why very shortly. Right, where will we begin? I think we'll go with Division 2. I think we'll go to that. I don't know whether he's seen it or maybe I should share it. But the viral goal from Mickey Rafferty, he's used to being kind of viral and making all the headlines with was it Gogglebox he was on. He gets a swirling goal right at the end. Really, hell of a goal. Right. Hell of a goal. Absolutely wonderful goal. Let me see. Sorry. Yeah, hell of a goal to win it in the finish against Kilkerley, who looked to have done enough. But especially your father and son going against Keane Connor gets a point in the second half against Sean, the manager Kilkerley. Ty gets a couple of scores. Ewan McIntyre gets a lot of goal. Let's get a goal in the first half as well. Plus, I think they were leading 1-3 to 4 at half time. But Callum O'Hanlon and Callum O'Hanlon got a second half goal. Enda O'Neill leveled the game. And you know what that makes? Makes a really good month for Cooley in June. I'll tell you why, because they have to get 4 wins out of 4 in June. And that goes on from their draw 5 games ago. So they're on a serious streak. They absolutely love June. So I don't think there's no more games unless they're trying to squeeze one in. We'll talk about the table in a second. Sean O'Hanlon comes up big for the Clans tonight at home against Hunterstown Rovers, who themselves were in a bit of form, and the Clans need to get a win to get back up there. I'll tell you why shortly. Robbie Curran gets a good few scores. Waiting on the scores from Hunterstown. That hasn't come through to me yet. Probably still on the way home from Dundalk. And then the Joes beat Dunleer. Local sort of a derby. 2 goals very early in the first 7 minutes from Alan Quigley and Alan Lynch. 2 boys as well. Prolific scores. All one-way traffic for the Joes. And then Craig Doherty wraps things up with the third goal. Then first win in a while for the Glen Emmets. I think it's the first win. Let me check. It's the first win since, I think they beat Roach early on. No, sorry, they have 2. Yeah, that's our second win since they beat Roach in the opening day of the season, way back in the 22nd of April. So a massive win for the Glen Emmets. I have the goal scorer. Someone's out there firing them into me. Jar McCullen on the wing gets a goal. Luke McCartney gets the second one, and then Alex Blakeman-Fowler comes off the bench to get kind of wrap it up with the third goal, 313 to 113. Don't have any info in as yet. Just check and see. No, nothing yet from the O'Connells. No, nothing there. Okay, we'll move on to Roach. They took down the Dundalk Gales. Thomas O'Connell didn't score. Well marshaled by Adam McKay. Dylan McKeown did play, County man. He got 6 of the 7 points. Hannah got the other one for the Gales, but it was Roach in command. Early goal from Didi Riley gave them that kind of oomph just before half time. Then a second half goal from, I think he's half back, Sean Daw. That's a really good win for Roach. I'll tell you why in 1 second. But King Callan did serious damage in Phillipstown tonight. He nearly got the goal that wrapped it up in the finish, but it was a shot that was from him that was saved and bobbled and finished emphatically from probably a yard out by Tom Matthews. He got the more, I suppose it's the winning goal. Wait on the Irelanders. Hang on, I might just check. Should I have Irelanders scores now in 1 second? I think Jordan O'Donoghue got a good few scores. Peter McStravick as well. He played tonight too. He got a good few points as well. But it wasn't enough to stem the Kevins, who seem to be there in serious form at the moment. Really playing some really good stuff. Having kind of overtaken a kind of an indifferent start to the season. But yeah, big news on that now. 1 second. Right, was that all of Division 2? I think it is. Yeah, it is. So we will go right to Division 1. Ardee and the Mahonys. Terry Kelly was class part. He finished 1-7 last night. So serious going against Ardee. But Ardee, John Cummins went to the side. Really powerful half back line. John Cummins, Killian Keenan in the middle of the field as well. Ty McDonald getting a couple of scores from the half back line. Who was right half? Park McKenny. Yeah, so that's a really, really powerful half forward line. Sean Callan, Killian Keenan in the middle of the field. And yeah, it was John Cummins came at the back to get the goal to kind of put the Marys back in sync after last week. Another team that is in sync is the Jocks. They dropped the first points last week, but kind of realigned themselves firmly as well with three goals against the Blues. Waiting on the Blues scores, actually, that still hasn't come in. But Shane Bourne got a low scores for Roach tonight. I meant to say that before I go on any further. Conor Whelan, Stephen Campbell, and Sean Healy with his right foot got a goal that clinched it. Probably put a nail in the Blues' coffin tonight. And then the Pats against the Jayers, very close at half time. I think it was 7-6 or something like that. But the Pats had a really, really strong second half. But it was Martin McEnany that was the hero of the hour. He saves a penalty, and that just drives the Pats on. Tygo Connor gets a late goal in the finish. I think it was the last game, so they're winning 14-7, and Tygo Connor gets a goal in the finish. Let me see. Yeah. And in opposite terms, I suppose the Mockers had a really, really strong half in Cullen tonight. Strong first half. They went 1-4 to no score. Ben Goss, Kieran's with the goal. And then Mallow kind of hit back and kind of gained parity then in the second half with Shane Hickey got a couple of points, Liam Flynn got a couple of points, Ben McKenna, Aaron O'Brien all got scores. But that first quarter from the Mockers was enough to see them over the line. The Dreadnoughts 213 to 1-7. They've hit a bit of form as well. This game was close. Kyle McElroy gets a goal in the first half to make it 1-4 to 7. 8 points. The Dreadnoughts had a 1-4 for the Rahaleys, and Kyle actually finished at 1-4. But Jay Hughes seemed to be the chief destroyer as well. He was playing in the middle of the field. James Califf was playing in the corner. Maybe they swapped around, but I think he finished at 1-5. I'm going to double check that. Jay Hughes, really good scoring for the Dreadnoughts tonight, or the other night. Last night, was it? Yeah. And Dylan Hyland, Kieran Finnegan as well, with some scores well. Craig Shevlin showing well, and Connor Shevlin off the bench, nipping in there for a point as well. Let me see, where are we going? That it? No, we still have a few more results. Big draw tonight in Termonfeckin. The Brides done well. They fought back into it. Looked like they were out of reach, and then it looked like Sean Murray actually nearly had a goal. Niall McDonald comes out and closes them down, and then it was hooked over the bar by Sean Murray to level the game. Having I think Niall Devlin played very well, got maybe a third of the scores for the Feckins. John O'Connell as well got a point as well. Looked like the Feckins going to take all 2 points, but the Brides fought back and earned a late leveler there as well. And that is all of Division 1. Let's shoot right down to Division 3A. 2 wins in a week for the Plunkets. Still waiting for the goal scorers tonight, but yeah, really good win over Glyde. Just confirmation of the score. I think I might have the wrong score up. It was 3-8 to 13 points. So, so goals. Glyde had a lot of possession, missed a lot of chances, missed a penalty in the first half, and that was the end of it. That was that was really crucial. Kieran Sheridan props up with 5 points again. Ultan Larney, Jack McKeever getting scored. I don't think Brian Duffy was playing. So that shows they're right there with a missed penalty in the first half. Absolutely crucial for the Plunks to pick up their second win to beat the Piercy during the week. So that I'll talk about the stranglehold they have at the top of Division 3A in 1 second. And we will go on to Stabannon. Yeah, they got 3 goals tonight against the Piercy. That's 2 losses in a week for the Piercy. Still waiting on their scores, their goal scorer too. But Derek Crilly got the first goal for Stabannon, then Robbie Callahan got the second, and it was wrapped up neatly by Fintan Martin as well with a goal. So the Stabannon boys are absolutely flying at the moment. The Toads are hot on their heels as they've cut the Finbars further adrift. 4-7 to 1-5. I think it was 3-4 in the first half for the Tones. Rory Taft got 2, and I think it was Chris Cudden. I got 1 in the first half. Yeah, it was Chris Cudden. He finished at 2-1. He got 1.5, I suppose. But the Finbars never really got going. I think it was Colin Smith that got the goal for the Finbars. Yeah, it was Colin Smith. But yeah, they're well out of sight at halftime. 2 points in the second half is never going to be enough with that wind in Annagassan. The Finbars are really cut adrift. We'll talk about the tables in 1 second, but there's no denying the Mitchells this season. 70 points to 4-1 tonight. Still waiting on their scores, but the Westerns and Annaminnan, it looked like it was going to be game over at halftime. They had the Westerns leading. 2 Duffys bagged the goal. Let me see, what was the halftime score? 3-3, I suppose maybe, yeah. 3-3 to 1-10 at halftime. The Annaminnan Rovers, I think they levelled it. But the way it went, it looked like... sorry, who's that? Yeah. It looked like the Westerns going to win that game easy. Killian Crosby got to open a goal, right? Duffy got a couple of goals, and the minute fought back, waiting on the goal score, but then Westerns, it seemed, I was told that they were lucky to hang on in the finish. So let me see, any comments? No. Let me see. So we'll go right back. James Sharkey got a goal again for Kilcullen Gales. They trailed 8-4 at halftime. Jason Clark with 6 points. Jamie Kelly with 2 and Colin Rooney with 2 points. So Jack Cairn as well got a score as well. But it wasn't going to be enough. That second half fight back from Kilcullen Gales. They went down to the Manakees. And I think that's it. Yeah, like I said, the Shawns and the Knicks are playing on Tuesday night. So what way is the tables? What way are they landing now tonight on this glorious Saturday evening, 24th of June. I'll check my phone. So the Martins have still stayed a point ahead of the Mocktas. There's no change really at the top. Martins, Mocktas are the top of Division 1, but the Pats have pushed themselves. They've leapfrogged Mark Rangers into 4th position. Mark still in 5th, and the Fechins have pushed themselves right up there. Even with that point, they could have went and joined Mark, but they're still a point ahead of the Fechins. The Fechins are ahead of the Brides after tonight. The Dreadnoughts, the Mahonys, the Blues, Geraldines, and the Rallies. So the Rallies are, they're not that, they still haven't changed. It's just the Rallies have just, they're winless from 9 games. They're 6 points off the Geraldines and the Blues, even though they didn't win tonight. It's a bit of a fight, a dog fight for those two that to get out of that playoff spot. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams that could be dragged into that. There's only a point separating all those teams: the Brides, the Dreadnoughts, the Mahonys, Blues, and Geraldines. Let me see. Do any of them play each other? Let me see. No, the Blues don't play them at the bottom at all. Geraldines have RD, top versus bottom. But the Rallies play the Pats, and the Rallies play RD in the last game as well. So really, really interesting at the bottom there, and even interesting at the split after halfway stage. We have to check that for the penultimate round, because you have it's going to be split again with 2 teams, 2 leagues of 6, 1A and 1B. Yeah, but the Martins still on top, 8 wins and 1 draw, just ahead of the Mocktas, who lost 1 game, that point last week. Still crucial for the Monastir Bicemen. Let's move on to Division 2. Let the table load up fully. But to me, it looks like, let's see, Rocha made a jump. But at the top of the table tonight is the Kevins. They've shot right up the top place. They've overtaken the Dock Gales, who are on 12 points and have lost. They've opposite of Cooley, who've won 4 games in all the wins actually in Division 2 in June. They have they've lost a lot of games. Lost the last 3, I think. The last 2. Last 3 tonight as well included. The last 3 games. The Clans back up there now, joint second with the Gales after their Sean O'Hanlon winner. And then Kilkerley's lost the other night sees them drift off a little bit. They could have went into second place with a win over Cooley, but they dropped down. The Joes have caught up with them. The Irelanders have dipped off. Cooley have shot up as well. But down the bottom, the O'Connell still cut a drift, but not that far. They're still only 3 points off Lanlear. Glen Emmons with a big win tonight. They've tightened a screw with Hunterstown Rovers, and they are ahead. They're 2 further points ahead of Lanlear in that playoff spot. And then Roach have jumped right to 11 points. They're joint third on 11 points with Kilkerley and the Joes, and I think they have Cooley to play, and they have Lanlear to play as well. So very, very, very interesting come down the final stretch. Let me see. Division 3A. We'll go chronologically down the divisions. Let me see. Just waiting for that to load up. But it looks to me there's going to be no change here. You're going to have the top 3 of, no change in the top of 3A. Plunkets, Stabannon, and the Tones. And that's a big win for the Tones tonight over Nathan Barr. It keeps them 2 points ahead. They're now 2 points ahead of Glyde Rangers. Glyde, the Piercy, and the Finbars. Finbars, despite their loss, are still only 2 points off the Piercy and Glyde Rangers. Which is not bad going considering that they've lost 6 games this season. 7 games this season. Let's go to 3B. 9 out of 9. Impressive record. 100% record for the Mitchells. They're still, though, being hotly chased by the Malachys in that position. And Annamin crucially getting that draw keeps them ahead of Cuchulainn, who are beaten tonight by the Mals. So there's still a chance there, but there's 4 points between the Mals and Annamin. They have a couple of rounds to go. Who plays next? Annamin and the Mitchells. And the Malachys play the Shawns, and there's obviously that game on Tuesday night. And it's still the Dowdlers at the bottom, Shawns just above them. So let me see. Performance of the weekend on Loud and Proud show. I think I will give it to Roach. That's a good win for Roach tonight. Taking care of the Gales in the Ramparts. Big win for the Dreadnoughts as well in Division 1. Good point for the Brides in terms of Feckin. Never easy place to go. And Kevin's beating Ireland. That's an impressive win too. The Tones, heavy win. But yeah, no, I think I'm going to give it to, maybe I'll give it to Cooley. 4 wins out of 4 in June. Wrap up tonight's show. Wins for RD, Dreadnoughts, Mocktas, Pats, Jocks. In Division 1, the Feckins and the Brides drew, like I said. Division 2, Cooley, Clans, Joes, Glen Emmets, Roach, and the Kevins all win tonight in Division 2. Kevins top the table. Maybe they will get the performance of the week. Stabanon, Plunkets, Tones got a win tonight. Really, they're the top 3 teams in Division 3A, but the looks of things and the look of the things going forward. Then Division 3B, there's no denying the Mitchells. The Malachys well in second, and Annamin done so well to get that draw in the second half against the Westerns with a point. So that's it. Thanks very much for tuning in. Sign up, patreon.com/Louder for loads of stuff to come and look back through the ashes of the Kerry stuff. There's stuff to look forward to for Loud in the future. Maybe a few Loud stars out there tonight, and a few that played also, getting that out of their system as well, getting right back on the horse. Thank you very much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. And I'll talk to you very, very soon on the Loud and Proud podcast.